Microsoft is providing the blueprint of what they call acceptable trash talk on their Xbox Live service. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the DC Show. This is T. McNeil. Today is Thursday. Let's talk some tech gaming news. As I just previously stated, guys, about the fact that Microsoft is actually going to be providing examples of what they feel as acceptable trash talk for their Xbox Live service should be. And I think it's a good idea, guys, overall, because, you know, when you're playing a game online, you want to be able to enjoy the game, okay? You have a lot of people out here that just don't know what to say out their mouths, okay? People say a lot of hateful, negative things to one another, and it just doesn't make any sense, okay? So I guess people have been complaining about this, which ultimately they should, because, again, you want to enjoy the game. You don't want to feel like you're being harassed in any type of situation, okay? You have a lot of folks out here, guys, that are, I guess, considered competitive gamers, and including myself. You know, I'm definitely a competitive gamer to an extent. But you still have to know what to say to people and how to say it, okay? Now, I do understand that if you're talking trash to someone and you know this person on a personal level, then that's a different scenario. But if you don't know the person, you don't know what somebody's mental state is, you don't know where, you know, a person's head or mind is at that particular time. They could be a ticking time bomb waiting to go off, and then all of a sudden you come with your negative comments, your racial slurs, etc., and then that's just enough to push that person over the edge, okay? That's not what we want, because as you guys know, in 2019, that's happening way too much, okay? People are just losing their minds and snapping just like that, all right? But according to Microsoft, they got some information on here I'll go over with you guys, and they also have some examples of what they feel is acceptable versus what they feel is going too far, okay? The examples are kind of weird. I mean, again, they're just examples because we all know that people say a lot of crazy, vile things, and this is not really one of them, okay? But let's go ahead and jump into it, man. Now, according to Microsoft, it does say that Microsoft recently updated its community standards for Xbox, and it is good to see a company as big as Microsoft take a hard line against nasty behavior online. One section of the document pertains to acceptable trash talk, and Microsoft provides some funny sounding examples. Furthermore, but before we get into that, Microsoft wants to make clear that hate and harassment have no home on Xbox. According to Xbox, to make Xbox Live a place where everyone can hang out and to prevent people from feeling uncomfortable or unwelcome, we all need to be stewards, Microsoft says. This means more than just not harassing other players. It means embracing them. It means saving those unsavory jokes for people you know will enjoy them. It means taking particular care for others while you play, keeping in mind how they might interpret your content, which is exactly the point that I just said. You have to be careful what you say to folks, how you say it to people, because again, you don't know what somebody's mind is, you don't know how they're feeling at that particular moment. They may be already living on edge, and all of a sudden, it takes that one person to say something irrational to them or something really negative to them, and then bam, they snap, and then all of a sudden you're hearing it on the 10 o'clock news that, you know, some poor soul was shot to death, or multiple people have been shot because this person actually lost their mind, and people say, oh, that guy was crazy, or that girl was crazy, but that comment that they heard from somebody online, I'm just saying as an example, may have been just enough to push them over the edge. So like I said, we got to be careful of how we say things to people. And just like Microsoft said, you know, if you don't know the person on a personal level, because let me tell you something about personal level, you know, people, if you know a person well enough, you know how they're going to take and accept certain situations, okay? You can say certain things to a person because you know how they're going to take it. You know how they're going to react to the situation, okay? Everybody's personality is different. We all know that. But if you know the person, like actually really know the person, you know what you can and can't say to them, okay, is the point that I'm trying to make, all right? So, again, we just have to be careful People that we talk to online, we don't know them from Adam to Eve. All right, we know nothing about these people. We don't know what kind of background they have. We don't know the type of environment that they're currently living in. We don't even know the type of environment that they grew up in. Okay, so a lot of times words are, as I like to say, trigger points. Okay, and it's like I said, it's just enough to make somebody sometimes take action, and that's not what we want. Okay, now Microsoft guys actually did provide what they call acceptable trash talk examples and what they feel is going too far. So let's actually go and get into that. Now, I'm going to put it up right here, guys. Now, here it is. It says acceptable trash talk includes get destroyed, can't believe you thought you were on my level. That was some serious potato aim, get wrecked. Only reason you went positive was you spent all game camping. Try again, kid. Which I can actually attest to that, especially in Call of Duty games. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I hate campers. I hate people that just sit there and wait till you come up and pow, they pop you off. I mean, god damn, man. Just play the game. Get out there, run around like everybody else is doing, but you sitting there chilling out. I hate that, man. Anyway, let's move on. Cheap win. Come at me when you can actually drive without running off the road. I agree with that as well. That sucked. Get good and then come back when your kids over one. Alright. So you guys give me your thoughts and opinions on that list of acceptable trash talks. I can definitely tell you right now that, again, two of those examples I can attest to 100% because it really gets annoying, okay? Now guys, let's go to the other section which says going too far. Now it says going too far looks like get sexual threat, can't believe you thought you were on my level, hey, profanity, that was some serious potato aim, get wrecked, you're trash, only reason you went positive was you spent all game camping, KYS kid, cheap win, totally expected from a racial slur, that's totally unacceptable, and you suck, get out of my country, maybe they'll let you back in when your kid's over one. So you guys give me your thoughts and opinions on that list, okay? The racial slurs is probably the worst for me, and I'm not gonna say that's the only reason, but that's one of the main reasons why I don't even put a headset on anymore, because I've had an experience with that some years ago, not too long ago, and I'm not gonna obviously repeat, what was said to me, on the Xbox Live or even on the PlayStation Network, okay? We can't let Sony get away with that either. And I kind of wish Sony will change their policies around and make the guidelines, just a little bit more stricter, just like Microsoft is doing, because it needs to be done, man. I mean, you got a lot of people out here that have hate in their heart. They just ooze hatred, man, and they're trying to spread that hatred into the world, man. And this is the outlet that they use, or at least one of the outlets that they use in order to do that. Okay, so I'm glad that, like I said, Microsoft is taking a stand on this. I'm going to definitely get you guys' thoughts and opinions on it. Let me know how you feel about it. And again, I wish that Sony, I know they have some policies in place, but I don't think it's really in a particular space like Microsoft is trying to do. Now, according to Microsoft, guys, I'm not going to put it up on the screen, but it does say that Microsoft says it will temporarily suspend accounts in many cases. They say we know people make mistakes, but it does say that players who are found to have violated the Xbox community may face temporary suspension to access the features that are closely associated with the problematic behavior. And then it also says, guys, that people who repeatedly behave badly may be permanently suspended, which I think is a great idea, with access to all game license and other content revoked forever. So it's kind of like a 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3 strike system. That's what it seems to me. Okay, they're giving you basically 3 chances to get this right, and obviously the ones who just can't control what they say, you're going to basically lose your game license, and you're going to basically be permanently suspended and taken off of Xbox Live service. All right, and I know for all of my fellow gamers, I know you guys don't want that. All right, so I'm in the video here, guys, but at the end of the day, it's very important, like I keep saying, man, you gotta watch what you say to people. You gotta be mindful and you gotta be respectful, man. You know, the thing is, a lot of people hide behind these computers. They hide behind these game servers. They hide behind televisions in their comfort of their own homes. And that's, and I'm not gonna say it's fine, but if you're in the comfort of your own home, hey, say what you want to say. You pay the bills there. You have a right to your opinion, okay? But to try to provoke someone, to try to, like I said, put your negative energy and words into something and to make somebody feel a certain way, man, you can't do that. You cannot do that. It's just not going to be tolerated in 2019. It's not going to be accepted. And to go back to what I was saying, guys, it happened to me on Xbox Live, and that's the primary reason why I stopped putting in headsets altogether. And now, you know, I'm back on Sony's bandwagon, so to speak. And of course, I've always been a Sony guy anyway, but I don't even wear their headsets because one, it's uncomfortable as hell, and two, it's the same type of people on Xbox Live that's on Sony's PlayStation Online network as well. Okay, so spread love throughout the world, guys. Don't spread hate. All right. So you guys give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Also, guys, make sure that you like and share this content. I would definitely appreciate that. Also, if you enjoy the content, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. And lastly, do not forget to tap the bell symbol so that you receive notifications when the DC Show puts up new content, or in some cases, updated content. So I appreciate you guys watching and listening and tuning in. Until the next time, have a good one.